Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. If you want to go to the next level in life, you got to start with you. See, too many people are waiting for somebody else to come fix them, waiting for a sign, waiting for the right time. But let me ask you, how long are you going to keep waiting? Everything starts in your mind. Your thoughts shape your reality, whether you realize it or not. If you keep telling yourself that you can't do something, that you're not good enough, or that you'll never succeed, then guess what? You won't. The mind is powerful and it believes whatever you feed it. If you constantly feed it doubt, insecurity, and negativity, that's exactly what will manifest in your life. But here's the good news. You have the power to change that. You have the ability to take control of your thoughts and start speaking positivity over your life. Instead of saying, I can't, start saying, I will. Instead of thinking, I don't deserve success, start telling yourself, I am capable and I am worthy. The words you say to yourself matter. They set the tone for your actions, your decisions, and ultimately your future. Some people walk around waiting for something or someone to give them confidence. They think success will bring self-belief, but it doesn't work like that. Confidence isn't something you get after you succeed. It's something you build before you succeed. You have to believe in yourself even before you see the results. That's where faith comes in. You have to act like the person you want to become even when you're not there yet. Negative thinking is a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. But it takes work. You have to be intentional about catching yourself when negative thoughts creep in. When you hear that little voice telling you that you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not strong enough, you have to shut it down. Replace it with something better. Every morning when you wake up, remind yourself of who you are and what you're capable of. Speak it out loud if you have to. Your mindset determines how you handle challenges. If you have a weak mindset, every little setback will make you quit. But when your mind is strong, you see obstacles as opportunities. You stop making excuses and start looking for solutions. You don't let failure define you because you know failure is just part of the process. The most successful people in the world have all failed at something, but they didn't let it stop them. They kept going because their mindset was built for success. Success isn't about making one big move. It's about the small things you do every single day. Your daily habits determine where you're going in life. You can have all the dreams and goals in the world, but if your habits don't match those goals, you're never going to get there. It's not about motivation because motivation comes and goes. It's about discipline, about showing up every day even when you don't feel like it. A lot of people waste time waiting for the perfect moment. They think they'll start working on themselves when they feel ready, when life gets easier, or when they have more time. But that day never comes. The truth is, success is built in the small, consistent actions that seem insignificant in the moment. Waking up early, reading, learning, working on your craft, exercising, eating better, being intentional with your time. Look at the most successful people in the world. They all have strict routines. They don't just wake up and go with the flow. They have a plan for their day and they stick to it. They understand that what they do every day matters more than what they do once in a while. If you want to be great at something, you have to put in the time. If you want to be successful, you have to do what successful people do, and that means having the right habits. Bad habits are just as powerful as good ones, but they take you in the wrong direction. If you're constantly procrastinating, making excuses, spending hours scrolling on your phone, surrounding yourself with negativity, or doing things that don't align with your goals, you're holding yourself back. You have to replace those bad habits with good ones. And the key is to start small. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just commit to doing one small thing differently every day. If you read just 10 pages of a book every day, that's over 3,600 pages in a year. If you exercise for just 20 minutes a day, that's over 120 hours of movement in a year. Small actions compound over time. The hardest part is getting started, but once you do, momentum kicks in. When you discipline yourself to show up every day, even in the smallest way, you start seeing results. And those results will push you to keep going. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your mindset, your motivation, and your success. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if you're constantly around people who doubt you, drain your energy, or don't believe in growth, it's going to hold you back. You absorb the energy of the people closest to you. If they're always negative, always complaining, always making excuses, you'll start doing the same without even realizing it. Some people don't want to see you grow because your growth reminds them of their own stagnation. They'll tell you your dreams are too big, that you should be more realistic, that you should just settle for what's comfortable. And if you listen to them long enough, you'll start believing it. You'll start shrinking yourself to fit into the small mindset they have. That's why you have to be careful about who you allow in your space. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Do they inspire you? Do they push you to be better? Do they challenge you to level up? Or do they keep you stuck in the same place, engaging in the same unproductive habits? If the people around you are growing, then chances are you're not either. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing your environment. Success leaves clues. If you want to be more successful, more confident, more disciplined, you need to start surrounding yourself with people who already have those qualities. You need to be around people who are doing better than you so you can learn from them. People who encourage you, who celebrate your wins instead of feeling threatened by them. People who talk about ideas, opportunities, and solutions, not gossip, drama, and problems. Sometimes the hardest part of growth is realizing that certain relationships no longer serve you. It's not about being better than anyone. It's about choosing what's best for your future. You don't have to cut people off with drama or negativity, but you do have to set boundaries. Spend less time with those who drain you and more time with those who elevate you. If you don't have those kinds of people in your life yet, seek them out. Read books, listen to mentors, join communities of like-minded individuals. Your future depends on the company you keep. A lot of people get inspired, get motivated, and feel fired up about changing their lives, but then they don't do anything about it. They hear something powerful, they get excited for a moment, and then they go right back to their old habits, their old excuses, and their same routine. Motivation is good, but it's temporary, it fades. What really matters is action. Some people spend years waiting for the perfect time to start. They tell themselves they'll work on their goals when they have more money, when life calms down, when they feel ready. But life doesn't wait for anybody. There is no perfect moment. The only way to get started is to start where you are, with what you have right now. If you keep waiting, another year will pass and you'll be in the exact same place, wondering why nothing has changed. The difference between successful people and everyone else is that successful people take action even when they don't feel ready. They don't have all the answers. They don't always know what they're doing, but they step forward anyway, and they figure it out along the way. Too many people let fear stop them before they even begin. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside their comfort zone. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. If you're too afraid to move, you'll never know what you're capable of. Excuses are the enemy of progress. People will say they don't have time, but they spend hours scrolling on social media. They'll say they don't have opportunities, but they haven't even taken the first step. They'll say they don't have the right connections, but they haven't tried to build them. The truth is, most people don't lack resources, they lack resourcefulness. They don't lack time, they lack discipline. And until you get honest with yourself about that, nothing will change. Taking action doesn't mean making huge leaps overnight. It means starting small and being consistent. If you want to get in shape, start by doing 10 push-ups a day. If you want to build a business, start by researching, planning, and taking one step forward. If you want to improve your mindset, start by reading for 10 minutes a day. The key is to start. Once you take the first step, momentum builds, and suddenly what once seemed impossible becomes part of your reality. Most people fail not because they don't have talent, not because they don't have opportunities, but because they don't stay consistent. They start something with excitement, They go hard for a few weeks, maybe even a few months, but the moment things get tough, they slow down or quit altogether. They let distractions, doubt, and setbacks knock them off course. Success isn't about who moves the fastest in the beginning. It's about who stays committed when the excitement wears off. Consistency is what separates people who dream from people who achieve. Anybody can be motivated for a short period of time, but real success comes from showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when progress feels slow. It's about doing the work whether or not you see instant results. The truth is, most of the time, you won't see results right away. And that's where people mess up. They expect overnight success, and when it doesn't happen, they assume it's not working. But what they don't realize is that every effort, every small action is adding up behind the scenes. Look at any successful person, an athlete, an entrepreneur, an artist. None of them got where they are by doing something once in a while. They got there because they showed up every single day and put in the work, even when they didn't feel like it. They didn't let one bad day, one failure, or one mistake make them quit. They kept going. That's what it takes. You don't get results from what you do occasionally. You get results from what you do consistently. Some people say they want success, but their habits don't reflect that. They work hard for a week, then take a break for a month. They save money for a little while, then spend it all at once. They start going to the gym, then stop when they don't see immediate changes. Success doesn't work like that. The people who win are the ones who keep going long after everybody else has given up. They understand that discipline beats motivation every single time. Building consistency takes effort. It means pushing through boredom, frustration, and self-doubt. It means committing to a process even when it feels slow. Small, consistent actions over time create unstoppable results. The key is not to rely on motivation, but to build habits that make success a part of your daily routine. The most valuable investment you will ever make is in yourself. Too many people spend their lives waiting for opportunities, waiting for someone to give them a chance, waiting for success to magically happen. But the truth is, nobody is going to hand you the life you want. If you want to grow, if you want to succeed, you have to put in the work to develop yourself. Knowledge is power, but only if you use it. The most successful people in the world never stop learning. They read books, they study their craft, they seek out mentors, and they constantly look for ways to improve. If you're not growing, you're staying the same, and if you're staying the same, you're falling behind. There's no such thing as standing still in life. You're either moving forward or getting left behind. The difference between those who win and those who don't is that winners never stop working on themselves. Some people say they don't have time to learn, but they spend hours every week watching TV, scrolling through social media, and engaging in things that don't add any value to their lives. If you have time for entertainment, you have time for self-improvement. Read 10 pages of a book every day. Listen to podcasts that inspire and educate you. Take courses that develop your skills. The more you grow, the more valuable you become. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities will come your way. Your mindset, your skills, and your knowledge determine the quality of your life. If you want a better life, start by becoming a better version of yourself. If you're in the same place year after year, struggling with the same problems, dealing with the same frustrations, it's because you haven't done enough work on yourself. Elevation requires transformation. You can't stay the same and expect different results. Investing in yourself isn't just about knowledge. It's about your health, your habits, and your environment. Take care of your body, eat better, exercise, and get enough rest. Work on your discipline. Learn how to manage your time and energy. Surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. Every day you have a choice. You can either grow or stay the same. And the level of success you reach will always be a reflection of how much you've worked on yourself.